Hello everybody and welcome to RNG University. Again, we're gonna open another Witcher 3 box, also known as Kaldheim. It's gonna be a fun time today because I actually haven't opened many of these, and Kaldheim actually has some very fanciful cards. So this is the first time I think they had the Phyrexian mana of the Praetors, and yeah, I'm excited if I can pull one of those. I think I pulled one last time that was a storybook version and not the Praetor version, or not the Phyrexian mana version, and so hope I can get that one. Kaldheim was I think a year and a half ago when it was released, and the set it's just amazing looking. Unfortunately, the foil still curls a bit, but you know I think they're doing better at it now. So here Kaldheim's also the one with the snow duels, which I love. These are snow lands with the dual mana or dual basic land type, and that's I think the first time they did that, and this is very appreciated. So those are our commons, and we got a snow land. All right, and then we got Bearers of Legita, Graven Lore. Oh, we got a Doom Scar. This card has been played all over Standard. Savala, Ice Shaper, Vagroth, the Blood Sire. Oh, it's the one where you can boast and then basically Demonic Tutor. And then we got Cardor, the Doom Scourge. Lots of Doom here. And we got Nicoeris. Again, another Planeswalker. Very appreciated. Whenever we get a full R or borderless or foil Planeswalker, it's always appreciated. Even if this card is worth like 20 cents, that's not what it matters. What matters is that it's a Planeswalker. In the future, these are going to be the cards that people like to collect the most. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. And I think Nicoeris, it's not that bad. Not gonna talk it up too much because it's still a 50-cent card. And we got a zombie Berserker. So here's our storybook cards, and then here's our regular rares. That's our first pack. So we got a mythic in the first pack. It's not bad. And here's pack number 2. All right, so we got our demonic tutor. Now it's just a gift. A tutor is like a gift. And here we have another island. Then we have Cosmic Intervention. If a permanent you control will be put into a graveyard from the battlefield, exile instead, and then return to the battlefield. So it's not a bad card. Oh, we got a World Tree. I do like the World Tree. It's a very good sort of Woober ability. And you don't even care about the second ability as much as the first one, where if you have 6 lands, all your lands are all basic land types. So it's just, amazing effect. Crippling Fear. Also another amazing effect where you choose a creature type, and any creature not of that chosen type gets -3/-3, right? You can fit that in a lot of tribal decks, and it definitely is appreciated. And then we got Herald, King of Skimar, Adorn of Winter, or God of Winter. Oh, this is the one where you flip it to get the other effects for a snow commander, sort of. And then we got Freyja, Judge of Valor. And then Faceless Haven, Mr. Ban himself. Oh, storybook cards go over here. All right, so then, this card is banned. It's a very good card in Standard. It's a very good card, maybe even in Pioneer. Yeah, just good card all around. Because it's 4/3 creature with every creature type. You can put it in almost every tribal deck. It's just rare though. So, and then we got Demonic or Demon Berserker. So we got a zombie Berserker before, and now we got a Demon Berserker. We're really berserking out. Let's see who can get a Phyrexian Berserker. All right, then we got a natural form. A natural form. Oh, and I got Raven form. I actually like this card quite a bit. So it's 3 mana, but you can foretell it so that you can cast it for 1 mana. Exile target artifact or creature. Its controller gets a 1/1 burst. It's like Pongified, but to get a 1/1 burst. So it's not completely useless. It's pretty good for a budget. All right, and we got a Forest. And we got Renard, the Ever Watchful. Great foretell commander. The first card you foretell costs 0. It's always good effect. That is mythic. So I'm going to put it in the mythic pile. And then we got Dragonkin Berserker, the one where you boast to get a 5/5. Oh, and then we got a foil Dragonkin Berserker. Just the same card twice. All right, and then we got the Maja I can't pronounce all of these words. Britigard Protector. I mean, it's just an uncommon. And we got Cosmina, God of Voyage. That's the one where you can flip it to a vehicle. Or to play as a vehicle. We got another Maja. And then now we got the Maskwood Nexus. This is a very good artifact for creature, I should say the, whatever that's called, tribal decks. There you go. Yeah, creature you control are every creature type. The same is true for every creature spell you cast. Blah blah blah. And then you can stick it out into maybe a sliver deck, maybe a spirit deck, maybe a zombie deck. Just good tribal deck all around. Oh, we got Cosmos Coil. All right, so apparently because of how rare this card is, this token is, there's actually quite a high price on a token. And believe it or not, this is the only time this token is being printed, so that's why it costs quite a bit. I think it's like I don't want to just speculate, but somewhere along the line of $3 to $5 for a token. That's not a bad deal, And Cosma is or Coma, yeah, Coma is a pretty good commander card, so that's good. And then we got Comas. Faithful. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a line in the middle. It's kind of a print line. Kind of see it right here. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but luckily it's on a common no one cares about. So here, the typical wizard print job. All right, then we got Surtland Flinger, another Doomscar. Oh, we got Redain. I love this card. It's very good for a stack because in the front you slow your opponents down, and in the back you can stop your opponent from targeting your creature, both of which are very good. And obviously, you're not going to really run this as a commander. Mono white stack commanders, they have better cards. But this is very good in the 99, and it's insane right now in the standard format. Just getting taxed out by this card and Thalia and just lose every game. All right, and then we got Kaldor, Doomscourge again, and we got a flip land. Are they still MDFCs if they're lands? Well, they are lands, so it's the Rakdos version. I put over there. And then we got Vega the Watcher, the ever so could have been better card. It is a pretty good commander if you want to cast spells, anywhere outside of your hand. But unfortunately, the Alchemy version on Arena, they gave this Ward 2, which I think they should have just gave this Ward 2 in the beginning, because otherwise this card's not going to see any play. Oh, and look what we got. Esika, God of the Tree. So this is our Prismatic Bridge card. I love this card. It's such a good sort of wonky commander that is Woober. So because in the back it's all color, it's technically Woober. So you can have all color as a commander, and its effect, not the front. The front just gives mana, but the back basically is very good for like a creature or a super friend deck that you can just kind of cheat out over and over. Obviously, it's not good. It's not broken or CDH worthy, but it is wonky, janky. I don't know what the word is, but it's pretty. It's a pretty fun effect, I would say. Unfortunately, I think the centering for the storybook is a little bit off. If you can see it, it's kind of thicker on the right than it is on the left, but it's still a good card. And it is a mythic, so it's another one in our mythic pile. And then we got an Icy Monolith. Basically, okay, so this is not a treasure. This is a treasure. This is a treasure, but this is a tap for mana, so it doesn't sack itself, unlike the treasures. Okay, so next pack. Unfortunately, here on this treasure token, I can also see the print lines. You can kind of see it. It's unfortunately, this is typical of Wizards print back during this period of time. And we got Snow Forest. All right, we got Ethereal Valkyrie, which is whenever Ethereal Valkyrie enters the battlefield or attacks, draw a card, then exile a card from your hand face down. It becomes foretold. Its foretold cost is 2 less than you can cast it for its foretold cost, which is 2 less than its actual cost. That's not a bad card, but it costs 6, and if it costs 6, it's very hard to get it to trigger. And then we got In Search of Greatness. This is actually a fantastic card. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may you may cast a permanent spell from your hand with converted mana cost 1 higher than the highest converted mana cost among other permanents you control, and without paying the mana cost. If you don't, you can scry 1. So the second penalty is scrying 1. Doesn't matter too much. But this one basically allows you to cast a free permanent spell on your turn every single turn. So that is amazing. All right, so it's kind of like Birthing Pod, but instead of searching, you're casting from your hand. As long as you can keep the draw going, this card is very, very good. And then we got Saruf, Realm Eater, so basically it's Loki's kid. And then we got Agar, the freezing flame. Oh, we got a storybook Coma. Very, very amazing card. All right, so this is a Coma that generates that Coma Serpent. It's a Serpent? Coma's Coil. This is Cosmo Serpent. So, again, another Loki's kid. And it's every turn you get a 3/3, and not every one of your turn. Every turn. At the beginning of each upkeep, it gets a 3/3. And you can sack any serpent, which it generates, but if you can have other serpents, you can also sack those. And it gets one of the two abilities. You can either tap a permanent, and its activated ability cannot be activated, or Coma gets indestructible. So it's got evasion, and it's got control. In a Simic deck, it's very, very good. And we got Cole, the Forge Master. That's, neither here or there. And then we got Reckless Crew. Create 2, or X2 on Red Berserker, where X is number of vehicle you control plus number of equipment. And then you can attach equipment. So, good equipment card maybe. I don't know. And then we got Angel Warrior. So it's basically an angel, but it's also called a warrior. So it gives vigilance. That's the only difference. It's not bad. And then we got Treasure in the back. This is the one where the print line shows up. Okay, now we're almost halfway through the box. And we got some pretty good cards. And let's see. Next, we got Village Rites. Is there a print line here? There's still a print line here. I think there might be a print line every one of these packs. That's sad. That means all of my tokens are gonna have print lines. At least it's not inside of these cards. And then we got Cert Land Elementalist. I don't know. It's just some card. And then we got Cosmo Charger, the one very good for Foretell deck again. Your Foretell cards cost 1 less from your hand, which is amazing. Now you can basically foretell for 1 instead of 2. And then we got the Ascendant Spirit, a very good sort of standard card right now, just because it's snow effect, so you don't have to use blue mana. You can use any snow mana, and you can basically grow it, and that's kind of like a Delver-ish effect, right? So it's a controllable Delver-ish effect, which is even better than Delver. So I think if people are going to make like a Delver deck in Standard, or maybe even in Pioneer, who knows? This card is going to replace Delver as one of the top cards. My opinion. And then we got Savala, Ice Shaper, Barclay, something. So it's the Simic version of the MDFC. And then we got Herald, King of Schemar. I think we got that before. And then we got Draco Necromancer. If an untoken creature your opponent controls would die, exile that card with an ice counter instead, and you can cast cards with ice counters. So basically steal your opponent's cards. Pretty good card. Oh, and we got the Tibble. What is it called again? The Emblem. This is on that. I can't read. So we got Tibble Emblem. Pretty nice. And unfortunately, all the cards in the in the background, they do have this print line here. You can kind of see it. Maybe we'll pull a Tibble. Who knows? All right, that's half the box. Let's see the other half. We got Death Kneel Berserker. All right, there's a bunch of commons. I do like getting all of the Snow Dual lands, so I'm gonna keep track of those. Those are foil Snow Dual lands. I don't think they're gonna print that very often. Next, we have Frigga Retribution, Created Angel, blah blah blah. Not too fancy. And then we got Tundra for Funamaro. I don't know. Is that a Swedish word? Snow instant, snow sorcery, I guess. And then we got Arni Broken Brow. All right, so again, a bunch of these cards, I have no idea if they're good or not, but from what I remember in Kaldheim, these are not the cards we're looking for, but it is what it is. And then we got Narfi, Betrayer King. This card is actually pretty fun. So other snow zombies, or snow and zombie creatures you control gets +1/+1, and you can pay 3 snow to return it from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. So if you run this as your commander and you have a snow deck, it basically never goes away until it gets exiled. Then you can just cast it again, or you can sack it so it doesn't get exiled. Bunch of different effects. Pretty good. All right, now we got Magna. Magna is a very good card. So other dwarves you control gets +1/+0. I think that effect almost never gets seen. But what the effect does get seen is whenever a dwarf you control becomes tapped, you create a treasure token. Treasure tokens are everywhere now, but you can easily kind of tap this or tap other dwarves. And then you can also sack 5 treasures to search your library for an artifact or dragon and put that card into the battlefield. So basically a free tutor as long as you have 5 artifact. That's not that hard to get, or 5 treasure I should say. It's not that hard to get, especially since Magna generates treasures herself. All right, we got a foil Savala, a foil Magna with a terrible centering. You can see there's like 5 inch to the left and 1 millimeter on the right. But again, that's the print job we're getting. All right, then we have Giant Weezer. And you could look at this print job. It's just awful. All right, I've been kind of harking on all the print jobs, but really it's sad that I didn't get that many mythics in this set. We got Sculptor of Winter. That's pretty good, untap snowland kind of effect. All right, then we got Ruthless Winnower. At the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-elf creature. It's funny how Wizard wants to push like a black elf sort of synergy. I've seen a lot of black elves. I don't know. Maybe they're trying to make a Golgari elf work. I don't see it. And then we got Eradicator Valkyrie. That's a good card. You boast to make your opponent sack a creature as long as you sack a creature. Your opponent sack a creature or Planeswalker. And it has flying, lifelink, hexproof from Planeswalker, which is a funny effect. Like, how often is hexproof from Planeswalker really going to play a role? All right, and we got another, I think this one is Golgari, Flipland. And then we got Morite Frost. Oh, here we are. Mr. Tibble, Valky, God of Life, and on the back, Tibble, Cosmic Imposter. We got one. We got a good mythic here. So this is a very, very good commander, or not commander, but you can run as a commander. It's a very good Planeswalker card for the commander game, just because the effect that Tibble has is ETB, not an ult, an ETB. So as long as it comes into the battlefield, you get the emblem. And the emblem says you can play any card Tibble exiles. So you can either +1 to exile everyone's top library. So if you're playing a 4-player game, that's 4 free cards. Or you can -3 to exile an artifact or creature, something that's on the board, that's threatening. It's yours now. So this is an amazing card. It only costs 7. It doesn't cost 9 or 10. With it costing 7, you can kind of get it to work while you still have evasions or counter spells in your hand to not get it, just immediately countered or destroyed. So I think Tibble is pretty good commander, or pretty good Planeswalker for commander. And right now it's not seeing that much play, but I see it, kind of exploding in the future. All right, then we got Morite of the Frost, another one. And then we got Tyrite Sanctum, the good old put an indestructible counter on target god. It's a pretty good ability. Putting an indestructible counter on a commander is already very, very versatile. But there are stuff that also can manipulate counters so that you can keep your commander with the indestructible counter. I think that's what makes it very, very good. So there's that. All right, and we got a cat token. So if we get a Seeker Chariot, this cat token is going to do its work. All right, so that is... We actually got 2 mythics from that pack. So, I guess whining works, just like being weighed down. We got a Disdainful Stroke. This time's foil. This card is pretty good. 2 mana, counter target spell with converted mana 4 or higher. All right, we got a Snow Island. And then we got King Narfi's Betrayal. For some reason, Narfi is an uncommon, but his Betrayal is rare. All right, so there's Exile, and then, or Mill 4, and then you can exile a creature or Planeswalker, and until the end of turn, you may cast cards from exile by this card. And then we got Righteous Valkyrie. This is going to go great in an Angel's deck. Basically, whenever Angel or Clerk enters the battlefield you control, you gain life equal to that creature's toughness. And then if you have at least 7 higher life than your starting life, all your creatures get +2/+2. That's a good sort of anthem effect. And then we got Icebreaker Kraken. It's Unleash the Kraken, blah, 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 all that. It's a pretty good card. I'm not going to talk too much about it because it's not amazing. And then we got Finn the Fangbearer. This card is annoying. People hate this card. It's an uncommon. People run it as a commander, especially in like Historic Brawl and stuff. And it's Death Touch, and whenever your Death Touch creature deals damage to a player, they get 2 poison counter. It's insane. Just run a bunch of 1/1, and they only have to do 5 damage instead of 10 damage for poison counters to kill, opponents. It's just not a good design in my opinion. And then we got another mythic, Haunting Voyage. Choose a creature type, return up to 2 creatures of that type from your graveyard to the battlefield. If this spell was foretold, then return all of them. So basically, great tribal deck. Or great tribal card for tribal deck. All right, another Eye Guard of Freezing Flame. Freezing Flame, and then another Golgari flip land. We got a lot of Golgari flip lands actually, and then we got a Flying Dragon, 5/5, and that is an elf on the back. We can still see the print lines, kind of here. All right, so we have I think 3 packs left. We did get we did get 2 Planeswalkers, one of them being Tibble, so I'm pretty happy about that. But we didn't get any Phyrexian card, so maybe we can still get lucky. All right, so we got Wolverine Rider. Sorry. At the beginning of each upkeep, create a 1/1 elf warrior creature, and whenever another elf enters the battlefield under your control, you gain life equal to its toughness. And not a good card. It costs 6 for an elf. Not gonna see it being run that often, in my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. Oh, Growth Troll, another annoying card in Standard because it doesn't die. When you kill it, it becomes an enchantment on the land that your opponent gets 2 mana from, or they can sack that land to get a 4/4 trample, so get the old Growth Troll back. And then just it's pretty annoying. Oh, we got a foil Planeswalker, Tevar Kill. Elves you control get tap, add black, and a bunch of elf abilities. The +1 is put a +1 counter on target elf. Untap it against Death Touch. 0 is get an elf, and -6 is get an emblem whenever you cast an elf spell. It gains haste until the end of the turn, and you draw 2 cards. So, elf decks. It's gonna push black elves a little bit just because it's green and black. You cannot run it as a commander, so I don't know if there's an elf commander that's green and black, but it is a Planeswalker. People are gonna try to work that out. We got 3 Planeswalkers on this box. That's pretty good. All right, then we got Majad again. This one, Hengegate Pathway, is the white blue one. So good to run in a Azorius deck. We got another storybook version of the Fang Bear. I hate this card. And then we have Cyclone Summoner. This card is kind of fun. It costs a lot, but it does have a good effect for costing 7 for a 7/7. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if you've cast it, return all permanent to his owner's hand except giants, wizards, and lands. So that's still pretty good, but you can't abuse it because you have to cast it. So you can bounce or something, but you cannot flicker it. So I think that's a fair ability. It's not something broken. It's just reasonable. All right, we got 2 more packs. Let's see what else we have. We got Elder Leaf Mentor, and it got squashed. And we got Snow Mountain. We got Walking the Trolls. Walking the Trolls is a funny, LD card because you can destroy target land and then put target land card from the graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. You can kind of steal your opponent's land if you want to, and then you can choose target opponent. If they control fewer lands than you, you can create any number of 4/4 green troll warrior tokens equal to create a number of that equal to the difference, and they gain trample. So if you can LD your opponent enough, you basically get a bunch of trolls, which I guess that's the ability they're going for. Another Cyclone Summoner. And we got a foil Cosmic Elixir. That's not a bad card, but they did boost it in Alchemy too. So I hate Alchemy. The fact that they made Alchemy so that all the old cards that are bad, they're just not going to, have a reason for them. That's terrible design, in my opinion. And then we got Cold Forge Master. Tolsky, Bearer of Secret. This is a great card. It's green, can't be countered, indestructible, so it's very hard to get rid of. And whenever any creature you control deal combat damage, you draw a card. So it also gives you card advantage. So even though it's a 4 mana 1/1, all of the ability combined makes this a must include in almost any green deck. All right, and then we got the Narfeed Betrayer King foil this time. Just look at it. It's an uncommon. Its betrayer, its betrayal is rare. It's funny. All right, we got Search for Glory, a great tutor card. So I was looking for Idyllic Tutor a while ago, and I was amazed that I don't have that many of them. But now that I look at it, Idyllic Tutor is a 3 mana tutor for 1 type with enchantment, so it's more wide, but it only search for 1 type. Search for Glory allow you to search for either a snow permanent, a legendary card, or a saga card. That's 3 different types. Right, so you can it's a lot more versatile than you think in commander decks, and I think this is a good card. A lot of people are speculating on this, and I see its price kind of moving up a little bit, but not to the extent that I expect. I do think Search for Glory is going to be worth a lot more in the future, so look out for that. And then we got a Replicating Ring. This card, it looks very, very good. In my opinion, it's one of the best tokens I've seen in this set. Just because the inside ring, you can see it, that ring kind of has that rainbow sort of shine to it. And yeah, that's what I love about the, the art back then. Even if they have a terrible print job, the artist really did a great job on all the cards. All right, Revitalize. And let's hope this pack revitalize our luck. Valkyrie Harbinger. This is the one where if each end step, you can get a 4/4 if you gain 4 more life. And Tyre Sanctum again. Jor God Winter again. And Herald King of Skimar. Oh, I said we were going to get it, and we got it. It's not foil, but at least it's Phyrexian symbol. So we got the, what is this called? Vorinclex, the Phyrexian version. So that's very good. I can't believe I said we were going to get it, and we did get it. Unfortunately, it's not foil, so it's not, $1 million. It's only like 25 bucks. I have no idea how much it costs, but it's a good card. All right, and then we got Aiga, Rune Eye, and oops, I got Rune Eye goes over there. And then we got Egon, God of Death, that turns into Throne of Death. All right, so that's pretty much all we got today. Thank you very much for joining me. We'll see you guys next time.